Uniq mess up in lane phases, maybe some poor wave states, you know, maybe poor over pushes, and then Jarvan can get a free gank that way. But realistically, neither team has good setup in lane, right? Really, neither team. I think Rakan has the best setup on the side of Uniq, and the same bot side has the best setup inside Nativz, but it's all like kind of F tier setup, you know what I mean? And I think we're just going to see a power farming Jarvan until we get to early Rift Herald, and once again, 8 minutes is going to be our timer.
Another potentially slower paced game coming out from these guys.
Yep.
We will have to see though. For now, the defensive lines have been started and nobody is going to be overextending.
Calm before the storm.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Wards down in bot side from the side of Nativz and in the jungle to scout out where Antwer is pathing, because Viego, after all, is a champion that can gank early as well. Right, his ganks aren't that bad, but again, are you likely to do that? And I don't think so, right? I just don't think so. That the odds are too slim to actually successfully find a gank. I'll probably be eating my words. Maybe there'll be some crazy counter gank bot side as Nativz tries something and Viego pops out of a bush. That's realistic, I guess. Other than that, I think we're mainly looking at Farm Fest.
Yeah, I think so. For now, just taking it nice and slow. Nice and chill. We're seeing where the junglers starting. Both starting on the blue buff, so we'll be clearing opposite ways from each other. I think that mostly in turn to the fact that they both recognize that realistically, this game's going to be very much like them just grabbing farm for now. Like, there's not going to be really too much early action, like you said, unless somebody overextends or overreaches. I guess there is an opportunity. Actually, interesting to see Sebel went red to blue. I didn't notice that. So he's actually not done a full clear, instead opting to be down here. So he will contest Antwer on the clear early, at least on the crab early. And is actually potentially looking for an invade. I mean, he can't gank this. There's no way you're level 2 tower diving.
Maybe on this red buff we'll see some action, because Baloo can definitely follow up on this. He has both buffs, whereas Antwer does not have red buff, so he's worse combat-wise. I think Antwer sniffs this out. He knows that Baloo is there as well, but will this turn into a steal? Can Unique's bot lane move?
I mean, Sebel's so low. If they move, this could definitely... They could force them off. They're going to look for Pedersen instead for the moment. Antwer's going to make his way over. They've got the ward down. The smite's there. I just think Uniq are a little bit too slow to the punch on that.
Yeah.
They definitely had the opportunity to do that, but decided to peel away. Because Sebel was low when he went into that. He lost a lot of health, traded a lot of health to do the clear he did.
Yeah, so actually really good from Sebel. Identifies that no gank can possibly happen, but there is an invade opportunity because bot lane, he does have priority from bot lane. Granted that they're a double ranged bot lane versus a melee and a range. So naturally you get prior that way on the wave. You get the shove because you can always harass your enemies. Uses that to move into the jungle with Baloo, and really nice level of teamwork, right? I was saying there's not much to be done early game, but they find something.
Oh, Scuffed. Potentially on the receiving end of a gank here, decides it's not going to happen. They do just move back and goes towards the crab. Antwer wanting to at least keep himself some semi-relevant. They do look for the knock-up. They find it. They get the root as well, but that's going to be the best of that for the side of Uniq. Still a pretty decent trade for them. Basically capitalizing on Remix while he's out of the lane, as Antwer was looking for a potential gank, but now Sebel coming in over the area. Just making sure Paul gets this reset. Paul obviously burnt a lot of mana and wants to make sure that his mid gets that reset. But I do believe Scuffed pulled the wave away, so actually may have a bit of a freeze. So Antwer may have to come and help just unbreak this.
I think Nihus is in trouble here. Sybil is roaming around. I think this is a flash at the very least. Sybil might look for an EQ flash as well. I think he's just going to trade flashes though. Maybe Nihus is
going to walk away. No, he's actually going to be okay. He's going to flash in a moment.
Flash burn.
Sebel takes a couple of tower shots, but they do burn the ghost there for the flash from Nihus.
And lots of action across the map, but ultimately, there's just not enough kill securing. You know, like, Gwen always struggles with actually finding kills in isolation because she has no CC built into a kit. She's just raw damage. So if the setup isn't there from a jungler, realistically, she can at best run someone down with Ghost, but that isn't that consistent. So Native Remix, I think he manages to get out here.
It's very low, but yeah, just about gets out. If maybe one more auto attack came in, Remix could have gone down.
I think an extremely volatile lane phases, more so than I expected, to be honest. There must be a lot of knockups and hooks landing from Renata and Rakan. But, as we say, only summoners popped, and not even that many. The flashes are still not popped. The only flash in the game that popped is Nihu, so maybe on this bounce back of a wave, we'll see a gank from Sybil again going topside, but really don't want to rank gank a Gwen. Offers no setup at all outside of maybe having an ultimate, which, in fairness, Spuda should unlock soon. You only really have a slow, though, and then Nihu's can just ultimate out. So I doubt it. I can imagine more so that we see priority from bot lane and mid lane, and maybe contest the dragon instead.
Well, for now. Cool. Let's see, taking a trade here versus Scuff. Gets himself caught out. They're going to throw the shield in. Knock up. Scuff's forced to flash away, but Derson played that very nicely. Forcing the summoner spell. Pool held his flash there. Held his nerve. Knew his team was coming to save the day. And now Scuffed is gankable. That is a lane you can punish. He has no ultimate. He has no flash. Yep. Pool has no teleport, though, so realistically, resetting might be a little bit hard. Cryax needs to be careful. Walking blindly towards that tri-brush is going to be okay, though.
Yeah, and I know you're completely right? And Scuffed without flash, look at him. He's getting flanked. I don't think anything can happen here.
Maybe Are you sure about that? I'm pretty sure they can take him out. Nihus with the roam gets himself first blood.
And what can Scuff do? He's already hugging tier 2 turret. He has no TP, so he'd have to take a horrible reset. I think he just needed help. I think Remix here has a kill too. With that attack speed from Renata and the Ghost invested, I think now the turnaround here is a dragon. So while Scuff does fall, they managed to turn around, find a consolation prize in taking down Ant where the jungler is down, and that first Infernal Drake is not that bad. Pretty decent, actually.
Let's drag on over to the side of Nativz, and a sign of life from a team who, you know, I think fairly we had kind of written off. But they are showing a little bit of bite in them right now. Obviously, First Blood did go over to Antwerp, so the gold still marginally in favor of Uniq, but nothing major. The other side, I would like to see a punish onto Scuffed. He's still got 2/3 of that flash cooldown still off, so a while away. He's actually lane swapped here, so in a bit of an extended lane. May just look to reset and go back towards mid in a moment, or we may just stay here a little bit longer.
Yeah, and crucially, Scuffed is down here when Rift Herald is spawning, so you will be significantly weaker at this Rift Herald than Uniq. Peterson still level 4, not quite nearly level 6 yet for this Rift Herald at 8 minutes. We said this was a crucial timer, and importantly, there are no summoners for Remix and Scuffed if they choose to contest this. So expect an engage onto them as well.
It looks like I think they're going to not go for it. Nihus doesn't have that ultimate like you were saying. And they're way too slow to the punch if they want to do that. Handshake does come in. The fight does look to break out there. They're going to use the ball to zone away. They get the knock up in. And there's the shockwave onto 2. Ultimate pop there by Remix for the moment. And now that's 1 kill already picked up for Derson. Just about trying to get away as Spuda is able to secure 1 in return. Antwerp slides over the wall. He's got the perfect form and it's a double kill for him. Sure, the Herald went over, but 4 people lost their life.
And the Antwerp Viego. I'm telling you, this guy is really good at Viego. He always manages to find these resets. And props to the whole Uniq team, because finding resets on Viego isn't just a one-man show, right? It's the whole team. You all need to put in the same, make sure you have the proper target selection. You all find the same target and burst them down. You get a replay now, which is really nice. I'd love to see how this happened. I think Nihu simply just walked up and started tanking Spuda.
Wait, did the Herald reset? I believe it reset there. Or was we just in reverse? We might have been in reverse. Don't worry.
Regardless, you see all that single target damage onto Baloo. Baloo gets bursted instantly before he can even pop W on himself to keep himself alive to maybe deny that Viego reset, which is the whole point in the counter pick. However, doesn't quite happen, and then they get the resets on Antwerp, and Antwerp just takes over the entire fight, because Viego with resets is pretty disgusting.
Yeah, Viego resets is a real nuisance. Actually, building almost got that Kraken Slayer finished up now as well. Yeah. I do believe we're on the magical footwear nerf patch. I believe that's this patch, where they reduced the sell value of magical footwear.
Not going to sell his shoes for a Kraken Slayer here. Only gets 30 gold now. Not exactly worth. But
is it 30? I thought it was 50.
I might be wrong. Even worse than I thought. I thought it was 30. Yeah, I think it might be 30. It's
I'm going to trust you.
Ooh,
man, that is Gwen things. That is.
Gwen is immune. The classic. Ooh,
You're a top laner. What do you make of Gwen? Do you like her?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I speak for every top laner in that I hate her design. Just being brutally honest, I don't like her kit because I just don't.
Her kit's different from her design. I was about to say.
Okay. Her design, she looks cool. Cool champion.
Yeah, she's cool champion.
The whole doll aesthetic's pretty sick, right? Like, I agree. But the kit, I think it just fails, you know? Like, I don't see how she's playable in solo queue. I think a lot of top laners share that sentiment because I just don't get how you get kills. You have no CC, you have very slow damage, right? Your damage comes up extremely slowly, so you can't snowball in lane. And then you're extremely niche, right? You only have... Hold that thought. I think there's an engage here. That combo...
Oh, Quiex, he doesn't have ultimate. He's gone berserk. He's in danger. Trying to get away. Unable to do so. That was a filthy combo.
I am getting flashbacks. This was a combo a year ago.
He's not going to be a hero. Oh, hold on.
No, the charge comes through.
I thought more Pool coming in with like a flash shockwave and then Antwer ulting in. Like, there was a moment. Let's have a look at this again. It's just Quiex not having any summoner spells or ult. Easy pick up.
And this is giving me flashbacks to last year when Renata was like pick ban as well. With I don't know if you remember Renata Callista lanes and stuff like this, but
yeah, I do.
The Renata would be picked alongside AoE CC, like a Jarvanort, keeping them trapped to maximize, making sure they get hit by the Renata. And I think Scuffed is dead here again.
Yeah, he's gonzo.
Can't flash out here.
Oh, it doesn't even need it. Just gets him with the Blade of the Ruined King. Lovely.
Really nice stuff. And I think they're going to get more plates here. Just plate City now. And Antwer will happily take this and get his Kraken Slayer after this. I think Nativz are like here to potentially defend the third plate. But still nice punish onto Scuffed.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really nice punish there onto Scuffed. And
Nihus?
He's been having a bad game. 0-3 right now. Getting heavily punished. Nihus is currently proxy farming.
I love that.
Just side on things. As going to charge away. Yeah.
I love that.
That's the slow damage you were talking about.
So I think the thing is, if Nihus could have done that a little bit better, if he ulted towards the way of the tower and got the R damage onto the tower, I think it could have gotten even more another plate. But it looks like an engage is coming down from Peterson. Managed to whiff the entire knockup.
Yeah, the ultimate off there. In comes Sebble. He has to jump away to safety. Featherstorm's thrown down. Remix sped up, chasing them down. Look for the shockwave. It is there. The ball was on their feet, but it did pull back. And Pool not going to pull that trigger to move away. And nobody goes down, but the dragon is gifted over to the side of Uniq.
7-4. It's a little bit bloodier than I actually expected, but still, stuff only happening typically on neutral objectives as a dive might be coming out now. Look at the damage from Remix.
Quiex was caught. He's going to get himself shielded. Antwer might be able to get himself a kill in response, though. He hasn't got the Heartbreaker, so he can't find the kill. They do answer out onto Blue 1-for-1 at the end of the day. But this tower's probably going down, to be honest.
And Remix putting the entire team on his back, right? Like, he's 3-1-2 at the moment with a 0-3-0 mid laner and just neutral stats across the board for the rest of his team. I want to see how he actually continues to potentially carry. Nice, the flag for attack speed.
I actually don't approve what Sebble did there. He just took some of the plate gold. He should have given that
all
all
that's
over
true,
the
actually.
Remix.
Maybe he's really close to Gore. Maybe that's the... No, he's already had it. Yeah, not a fan.
No,
Boo.
bad play. Bad play.
Maybe his justification is he needs to be tanky because he's the only frontline. I guess you have Gwen to create space. Yeah, no, I can't justify either. Give all the gold to Remix.
At the end of the day, though, he didn't. So it's whatever. But we'll see, what that means and how that will affect things. Cryex, as soon as he doesn't have ult, is always on the receiving end of Baloo's ulti. The hostile takeover, honestly doing a serious amount of work here for his team. Baloo putting in some real work, honestly. We might be praising Remix for his performance, but I have to give it to Baloo. He has been landing some fantastic ultimates in play with his jungler, to be fair. But Pedersen comes in, they get the charm off. They're going to charge into Remix. Remix has to flash away, immediately burning everything just to get out. Shockwave lands onto Sebble. Sebble going to get himself just about caught out, but Cryex with the feathers able to secure the kill. 2-for-none in favor of Uniq.
And that was entirely on Peterson. You could see that he was the only one on board at the start because you could see Nihus had to turn around, right? Nihus didn't realize it was happening, but they turned it into something really good. So Peterson out here pulling the trigger, forcing a flash from Remix. Imagine trying to kill on Sebble. I think, though, Sebel could have lived there. Look, hear me out. You can buffer Gore Drinker with the EQ. I think he could have Gore Drinkered as someone was dashing towards him and gotten that little bit of HP to survive. But I might be wrong. I'd need to see a replay of that. Regardless, he falls, and that's a Rift Herald for the side of Uniq. And now, where are they going to place it? It looks like they're going to place it top lane. They might actually dive Scuffed here, placing Rift Herald top 2.
Yeah, looks like they're going to throw that down as Spooder snips his way through the Krugs. Everybody's on the top side. I think Scuffed is dead. He's flashed. We're watching Spooder at the moment. Okay, Scuffed's fine. Didn't see what happened there, unfortunately, but yeah, Scuff able to survive that.
At the very least, we got to watch Gwen's design, as you were saying. Civil, nice little juke onto the Q. Secures the red as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they're getting Nihu's there. Yeah. This whole red side's being cleared out, though, in return.
Have I convinced you to join the Church of Sion yet? This champion, very tanky.
I mean, I've never been like... I've never been like an anti-Sion person. Okay. I've been experiencing in my solo games recently how tanky Sion is. I'm not a top laner though, and you're not going to see me play Sion mid.
That's fair.
I'd have to be playing into something really cheesy. I mean, that's the only way you see me do that.
But still, I don't think he'll have flash for the next dragon. Flash in a minute. Remix still has half the cooldown left on his flash, so whether or not they choose to opt into this fight could decide a lot. He does always have his E to be peeled.
Scuff doesn't have flash either. Neither does Baloo. So there's 3 of them, most are mobile people. I mean, Remix is technically mobile, but 3 champions who are all flashless right now, but renders them a lot more susceptible to get picked off.
They are running down. You can see Spooders is portaling down as well now. I think they're going to contest this, you know. Maybe they'll get here and decide they don't want to and regret that and wish they cross-map top, which could happen as well. I think that's probably going to happen. Like, you can see the recall coming in for Sabal. Maybe they think they can make it back in time because of the Hextech portals, because Hextech portals allow you to cheat tempo a little bit, taking later recalls because you just cover so much more ground faster. Yeah, I think they're actually going to test this. They're going to group up and go as a team. But they might find an engage onto Sebel here.
Sebel! I don't think they're going to be contesting it for long because he is down. The charm lands on the 3 members. Peterson being an absolute nuisance. Meanwhile, Remix Flashless is going to be punished. The Featherstorm comes out to dodge away. He pulls back the Feathers, but they're on the wrong side. That's 1 shutdown. Shockwave onto 2 by Paul. Able to secure himself the kill, but they've lost Cryax. This fight has gone so bad for Uniq. Remix is trying to see if he can chase down as Nihus is tanking as much as he physically can, but he is going to get run down by Spooder and Scuffed as there is the shutdown, there is the finish up. They're going to slow him with the gravity well. But that was a complete mess of a fight from Uniq. Antwer's up in 8 seconds. Maybe he can get back in time. Cryax will be there as well.
And what on earth happened to Uniq there? I have no idea. Specifically Kyrax, I need to see a replay of the fight because I think what he did is he flashed behind into tower, flashed behind Remix to secure the feather pullback, but he just flashed into a tower and died. So I'm extremely confused. I really hope the observers have a replay.
That's he featherstormed the hostile takeover.
So yeah, he puts down his feathers there and he tries to flash, and then he flashes into the turret and takes a tower shot and dies. Right? He tries to flash pull back the feathers into Remix. Unfortunately, he has the hostile takeover, so even he gets that, he just dies anyway. I think Kyrax saw a little bit too much blood, saw the potential for a highlight reel, and just it did not go well. I really thought Uniq were going to win that at the start there.
Yeah, Nativz actually having a bit of a fight in them here in this game. Meanwhile, the Herald will get summoned the top lane tower during that, so there was a cross map in return. And with the Herald hit, should just get this charge off. Chunk out this tower, so tier 2 does fall in response. So they take 2 towers, there's a teleport coming in. Sebel's been sped up, he's looking for Paul. Paul flashes out immediately, the feathers miss, and now Paul gets the slow and the speed up out. He's trying to get away, the phase rush, the shockwave interrupting the queue. Paul survives!
Paul with sick. Oh, the shockwave timing was just so good. I was stun locked there IRL. I can't believe that was, you know, it's so incredibly hard to do because Jarvan can actually buffer the stun, you know, and then actually take the EQ forward, but he manages to cancel it, push him back out of range of the EQ. Really good stuff from Paul, showing proficiency on champions other than Akali. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, really nice stuff. Spooder has double buffs, so Nihus probably can't fight this. That was actually a significant amount of damage. He's got Void Staff second. 4-1 right now for Spooder.
Engage.
And we're chasing down. They get the knock up, they get the stun, the CC, the knock up. Spider is going to be able to avoid that one, but Antwerp takes the shutdown. He's going to be feeling quite happy with that one, as Nativz is getting slowed. Remix doesn't want to overextend. He is dealing with with Antwer playing currently his Gwen.
Where did Peterson even come from in that kill? Did you see? He came from above, so I have no idea where he came from. He must have taken a Hextech portal to find a flank angle. Either way, managed to find the flank onto Spooder, and I think Spooder was really surprised too, because he definitely wanted to make it out through his jungle. Regardless, honestly, Peterson on these playmakers, he's been finding some really good plays and putting his team on his back a little bit. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think he's
13 assists out of 13 total kills. 100% kill participation.
Yeah. Damn, he's had a really good game. Got the, I forgot the name. Is that Even Shroud?
Even Shroud as well,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Been a while since I've seen that item, actually. It's going to be a nice one for him, though. Seeing just where the gold is right now. There's a pretty big lead in the mid lane. 80 carries. Remix, as expected, is ahead. And then jungle
lead
is a bit of a yikes.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to put that, unfortunately. Antwer is significantly ahead of Sebel.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the kills and you're like, right, there can't be that much of a gold lead, right? But then you look at the towers and the gold lead on the gold scoreboard and you realize, wait, they're down 4k, right? Which, you know, isn't a massive amount, but at the very least, at least Spooder has a lot of the gold. I think a fight's coming out now.
Oh, that's a big hostile takeover. Hits 4 members. They're not going to be able to get too much more, are they? Because Remix is getting the bounce between them. Spooder jumps over the wall. He's got the needles to work with. And in comes the dunk onto Cryax. Cryax uses the Featherstorm to buy himself some space. Is able to answer out 1-for-1. Nihu's now on the run, being chased down by 4 members. The Blast Cone will buy him a bit of space. Dodges away on the laser beam, but they will chase for days. There is no way Nihus is getting away with this one. He gets the shield off and tries to trade out with Scuff, but Scuff will just be able to win this fight. Nihus surviving for a fairly long time there so the rest of his team can reset. That fight went so wrong, and again, it's Blue on this Renata making all of the difference.
And they have such good disengage as well as anti-engage in general, right? You don't want to go into a Gwen. You don't want to go into a Renato. And Renato doing so much work in these tight chokeholds because it just forces everyone to get hit by it. Look at Anwer's HP. The entire teamfight win condition of getting Viego resets is gone now. And he just has to run away. And Zeri cleaning up. Zeri is the absolute queen of cleanup duty. She can chase anyone to the ends of the earth because she keeps resetting her ghost and her ultimate passive. Regardless, secures a nice little, you know, a bounce back in gold. They are still 4k down. So it actually doesn't move the gold meter that much. But now, this is the big fight. Right, Dragon up in a minute's time. Let's see how Sybil finds another engage.
Well, they're closing in on to the side of Nativz. Obviously, that ultimate on Baloo is back up and available. Cryax doesn't have his Featherstorm. And I feel as long as they don't have that Featherstorm, they really don't want to be fighting. It should be up fairly soon, though. Obviously, Dragon now spawning up, and they just sent Nihus up topside. I guess there's an angle where he can just charge down River. That looks exactly like what his game plan is. Uniq are actually playing this as they've peeled out and kind of given up River here.
Yeah, they've given up River. I think what Nihus wanted to do was check to see and keep a ward on Baron in case there was a trade-off happening, because there's a lot of Baron damage for the side of Nativz. Now Nihus just has to ult in and try and force his way in, create space being super tanky. I think it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. That was really weird. They just chose to jump in. They get the 2-man knock-up on. The Shockwave lands onto 2. There comes the Featherstorm to block out everything. Crank needs to reposition, but he's on the wrong side. The feathers are away from him. Paul flashes forwards, finds himself 1. The Bloodthirst is going to get popped as they try to save the day. Nihus is low, but he's able to limp away to safety. And they're going to portal away. As Nihus just about able to get away from that one. Oh my word. These fights, Cryax, every time you've got to watch how Nativz are dodging the feathers on the floor. Watch this again. Cryax's feathers just aren't a threat.
It's crazy, right? And all these fights are so close. You think this is an amazing engage from Peterson, and you think it's just going the way of Nativz, but there's another hostile takeover, turns the entire fight, and then you think that Antwer has the Viego resets, but then he dies instantly, and Paul manages to clean it up. The Bloodthirster shield keeping Remix alive. Nihus is just too tanky in the end, but then you tally up the losses, and you realize Nativz actually came off winning there. They have 3 dragons. They're on Soul Point now. In 5 minutes' time, this could be a Hextech Sol for Nativz, and I think Hextech Sol might be the strongest in the game, right? So really surprising stuff. Honestly, kind of a win for Nativz. I'm a bit worried if I'm Uniq by now.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think Uniq are probably starting to sweat a little bit. I think Blue has just been so good with these hostile takeovers. And yeah, you do obviously have to give it to the Jarvan as well for getting his like multiple lockdowns, just making them the easiest hostile takeovers to hit. But like, damn, these team fights are decided by Blue's ultimates. And Cryx, honestly, his response to the Feather Storms have been a little panicked. And he hasn't been able to place the feathers exactly where he wants them to be. I mean, that fight would have been entirely different if the 5 feathers were basically peeled into, because then he pulls them back and just rips that team apart with those feathers. But unfortunately, they were on the other side, so his E was completely useless to him. And yeah, that was definitely a bit of a panicked fight. And I think that's the best way to word it is Uniq are looking panicked in some of these fights. They gave up river priority. Like, they held the river, and then they're like, we'll quickly go check topside just in case. And then just walked the whole team out of river and just gave Dragon up, basically.
No, for sure. I completely agree with you. They're looking shaky, right? Whereas before, it was kind of not Nihus. It was Uniq looking shaky in the early game. Now they're looking shaky in the mid game. Come game to game, I'm really surprised. But no, these fights are so hectic, and it's really hard to even call what's going on. I don't even know what's going on wrong with Uniq right now. I think the main thing is that they're not all focusing on the same target. I think in that fight, Peterson's knockup was great, but they weren't in range to actually punish on the knockup, which in turn means that Antwer can't get resets, and that is what everything is about. Can Antwer chain reset here? Still nice ultimates from Paul, which makes it really hard to say what is exactly going wrong, but that would be my guess.
Well, for now, our teams are going to take a little bit of a breather.
A little rest.
Back seat. And I think, it's kind of about now looking towards, all right, we probably need to itemize and break holds if you're on the side of Uniq. The Xayah building now towards their Bloodthirster. I'm going to assume that's a Bloodthirster from that build. Maybe that gives them a bit more survivability, but I'd like to see some ability to cleanse Blue's ultimate. Maybe if Pedersen gets some Mikhails or a QSS comes in for Cryx, because I think that's their major problem, is they're wasting a lot of time auto-attacking their own teammates just thanks to what Blue does.
No, absolutely. I think this is showing the power of playing a champion that hasn't been played in a long time. Because I feel like after a while, when a champion's meta for a long time, you get used to it and realize you can't just engage in tight chokeholds against a Renata. It's really, really potent because you just start killing each other. So I think this is just a not used to playing against Renata as much, because they are just diving head first into this pick, which you just cannot do. So what are your other options? Well, I think you can maybe play for picks, right? Or maybe try to find flanks, because Renata ulti, her disengage only comes from one direction, right? So if you have Nativz in the river, and you can surround them, come from both sides, I think maybe there's an angle there. You flank with Sion or something. Still really tricky.
Well, right now, it is turning again into a bit of a farm fest. There's some interesting games where the pacing has been a mixture of really slow, but then also
explosive,
kind of pretty high tempo. It's been really weird. Very unique day, I guess, in that sense. Obviously, first day on a new patch. There have been some changes, so could be somewhat to do with that.
Deathcap picked up for Spuda here on that Gwen 5-2. Has Ghost up and TP. They're posturing, but I think he's just going to go down to side. Imagine at this point you want to kind of save Ghost for the Dragon fight, because this Dragon fight is everything, right? The second you get Soul here, I think the fight's become unwinnable for Uniq. So I personally, if I was Spuda here, I would just try to call to save Ghost and just go farm right now. Just go farm, get really strong, maybe get a stopwatch by the time you're at the next Dragon, but they are looking for the fight now. I guess Dragon was up in a minute, so maybe that kill then would have snowballed into the Dragon and control. Uniq might be looking for an engage here. Don't think it's going to happen though.
Yeah, it is just back away for now. So both teams are now just going to stay around this top side where the Baron is up and available. Derson.
Baron Storm is going down fast. That is really quick.
Very fast. Sebel will spot
Peterson
it out.
Might interrupt.
He's definitely looking for it. They're going to jump in for the fight. They get the 3-man knock-up. In comes the charge. Antwer dodges out, and they've already got one. Scuff has been forced away. The Gale forced forward, and Scuff's finished up. A double kill on to the Xayah. A tidy up is coming in, though, as now Spooder is into the fray, able to do a lot of damage with that death cap. Remix jumps over the wall. Cryox is in danger. They try to look for the knock-up onto Spooder. Spooder slices forward, and with the snip, secures himself the kill. So Remix is now chasing onto Pedersen. This fight has gone so wrong so fast.
That's Soul.
And there's a speed up. Oh, he's in danger. That's Soul. Pedersen jumps the wall. Nihus has TP. Can they get him in time?
I think they might do it, Hiprin. I think they're going to pick up the first win. I think Nativz have done it. Honestly, this has been the most hype I've felt. I'm really happy for Nativz finding their first win. We get a replay here. What happened here? I think towards the end, every single fight, look at this zone control, right? You block that chokehold with Victor Gravity Well plus the Jarvan ulti. And to the left of that, downwards, you have a Renata ult coming. Nativz just can't hit. Outside of killing Remix, no, Cyrex, there's just nothing there. And then Remix and Spooder, they managed to outplay 2v3, and I think Cyrex just disrespected the amount of chase down that Remix has and that Bloodthirster shield, so I want to see the next fight. I need to see the next fight with this Hextech Soul because I think it's unlosable.
Well, we'll see how it goes down, as right now Antwer is looking to clear out some of this vision on the Baron. Again, they do have a very, very fast Baron. I think that's one crucial thing to kind of keep your eye on, as Cryox loses a lot of HP there. Remix is going to just walk back for the moment as Paul playing around that pink ward to see if he can find a good orb onto Remix. Oh, Sebel. They walked away. I don't think they saw him coming, so they missed the opportunity to find a pick. Ooh. He's quite tanky as well, to be fair. So Paul may look for it still. You also have to keep in mind, Paul has Ludens, Archangels, Death Cap, Magic Pen Boots, and his level 16. Those shockwaves were one shot.
And you could see the mind games. You could see the mind games. They were camping that Hextech portal at the top side, hoping that someone from Nativz would be lazy and take the Hextech portal into the jungle. They were all in that bush. You could see the vision control there. But no one went, so they had to abandon it. That's why they didn't see Sebel leave. They all went topside to try and punish on a Hextech portal take, which is really smart, honestly. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. Now, they take control of the jungle again. Nativz just running around as a unit, and this is the most tense ARAM I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it feels like one fight could potentially decide this game. And that's the point
we're
at
pick
right
as
now.
Well, yeah.
It really decide the fate of the game, but the Hex Soul onto Nativz is going to be a real problem right now. They do have solid wave clear in the Orianna and the Xayah, so when it comes to an ARAM, both teams can clear waves very fast. So you either need Baron or the clearers to be dead if you're going to do anything. Paul actually went topside to try and pull some pressure. He can't really overextend, though, because he will be run down by Ghost Spooder.
Yeah, I really would like to see Spooder do some more side lane play, because, yes, you've got to be wary of your team getting engaged on mid, but you call them back, right? It just screams to me that they have no confidence in their team disengaging, but now they might find the pick onto Paul.
Yeah, Paul's in danger, gets the shockwave off onto one. They're bringing the teleport in. Paul has no flash. They're looking for the charm. In comes the massive ultimate from Baloo, deciding the fate of everything. Antwer stealing bombs, jumping on the Scuff. He broke out too early, and now he's down. Spooder's chasing on for Nihus. Can he find it? They're looking for the knockup. They're unable to get it. Pedersen now being chased down. Gwen is able to dodge away on the slow. Paul can't save the day. And Spooder goes down in a double kill. Cryox has been left on his own. He has nowhere to go. No one to save him. And Nativz, they finally might have done it. They finally might have got themselves into a game, into a position where they can win.
And 7 weeks in, they find the insane engage. Well done, Sebel, with the ultimate, finding that 2k range engage and that follow-up with Spooder's R's, followed by Baloo. The name of this game has been crowd control and AoE CC, and they've just used it so well.
I'm going to be really negative. What the hell was Paul doing flashless topside? Like, he had to use Shockwave on just Sebel. Like, if he'd Shockwave the whole team with his build, game-winning fight. But, like, he was just overextending, greeting, and, you know, praise to Nativz to get that punish, but, like, what were Uniq doing?
That's true, too. And also, Hextech Soul also gives a slow, right? So you're even more pickable. I think you're completely right to call out Paul here. It definitely was an overextension. However, Uniq, I think you have two options now. You either Death Bush and pray, or you try to hold out for Elder, because Elder can be a Hextech Soul, right? Of course, that requires some kind of miracle, but, you know, they're not out yet.
Not out yet. Paul now has flash, Cryx now has flash, so as long as they don't burn it in the next 2 minutes and they don't lose too much on the other side, I say that as Nativz finds himself in danger. He should be able to tank a fair amount here.
Dead.
I say that, but holy moly, he's gone. Health bar evaporated. They did just burn Seble's ultimate, but it's on a relatively short cooldown.
I would love to see the damage disparity, like how much damage did he take from who? Because I feel like Gwen at this point with that much AP just does so much percentage health damage that he just probably got like evaporated by Spoon.
He has very little magic resist. He's gone full armor.
I said it
like you said, this is a full AP team or like massively AP. Spoon is down.
Can't talk about anything else. Something is happening every single time, but now they're getting bot lane. I think they can end, you know.
Gotta be greedy. It's gonna be a hard one. I think it's respectable just to Hex Portal out.
But yeah, no, as you were saying, he's gone double armor item. And I'm really confused because they have so much magic damage. Zeri does magic damage, Victor does magic damage, and Gwen obviously does magic damage and true damage, but Force of Nature here would be so good versus all the tick damage, giving so much move speed and magic resistance. I'm really surprised he's building it so late. I personally would have gone it potentially like third, you know? I think it'd be really good. Instead, he's picked up a Randuin's. He values the crit reduction against Remix, even though there's a significant amount of magic damage. Uniq trying to death
rush. There's no way Nativz fall for this, right? There's no way they even remotely fall for this. But they do. They can't really trade out. Are they going for it? They're going for it. They're going to get the knock-up. They're going to look for Seble. He's caught out. Only one person gets hit by Baloo's ultimate this time around. Anwar jumps out. In comes Spooner to try and turn the day. He's able to get one already. Cryx is on the run. Paul has that Shockwave. There's the double kill. Over. Shockwave was thrown down. Massive chunk of health out as Nativz is losing so much health. Meanwhile, there's a teleport into the base. This might just be the game. This might just be Nativ's moment. They're going to blast Cone away. They're going to try and desperately get back towards their base. Paul may be able to get the Hex Portal out. No, he can't. Slowed by the zap as they are running. They are bolting towards their opportunity to try and save the day. Scuffed has already taken one tower. He can look to take the next. Remix is going to get jumped onto. The feathers come down. Cryx, can he pull him back in time? I don't think he has the cooldown. He's going to flash into Scuff. Scuff's going to go for the stopwatch. And this is going to be it. Nativz find their first win of the split.